Oh, shucks.
There you go.
Here we are.
All right, welcome. We are live from the International Car Forest in Nevada on stage 2, powered by Pirelli stage of the Rebelle Rally. How's it going out here?
Well, it's warm now. We're standing in the sun, feeling awesome, but we would love to show you a bit we recorded this morning from Base Camp 1 when it was a bit chillier here on stage 2, powered by Pirelli.
Awesome, let's see it. All right, welcome everybody to the 6th edition of the 2021 Rebelle Rally. I'm your co-host, Rochelle Croft. I'm here with Matthew Johnson. We were live from Base Camp 2. We have just begun stage 2 of the Rebelle Rally presented by Pirelli Tires today. Matt, how you feeling this morning?
Yeah, brisk still. It's another chilly morning here. We're at 5,500 feet. Here in Nevada, so high desert, as you may know, gets pretty cold even when it's still just fall or late summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a feeling it. So we've got those cars on the start line. The girls had a really busy morning. I was also just informed that they start this stage with an on-time enduro, which they need to do after packing up all of their bags and transiting down to Base Camp 2.
So leaving Base Camp 1, we've been here for 2 days. Everyone's gotten, a bit organized for being here for 2 days. And then suddenly it's like, okay, wake up, plot all of your checkpoints for the day, pack up all your stuff, get it in your car. And then, by the way, you don't get to relax when you get in the driver's seat.
No.
You immediately on-time enduro straight out of Base Camp. Yesterday's on-time enduro, I noticed we had, what was it, four teams out of 52 managed to get full points for that on-time enduro, and those are critical points. They really do add up in the overall.
Absolutely, especially when each of those checkpoints are worth 5 points each. So there was a total that they could get of 20 points on yesterday's on-time enduro. So you're seeing those cars off the start line this morning. They're going off the times, the best enduro times yesterday, and that is because this morning, since they're starting with an on-time enduro, you want the top teams to leave first. So the teams that are still figuring out their pacing and getting into it aren't butting up against each other on the course.
Oh, got it. When they're some of them will be sharing the same checkpoint. Some of them are on different checkpoint legs, obviously. And the ones that are on the same checkpoint loop, you don't want them like stacking up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that leaves yesterday. We have been seeing those top teams already fighting for first. It's going to be a really close rally, I think.
It is. I love looking at the leaderboard and then sitting there and getting super nerdy about it and looking at the different checkpoints and who got how many points on each checkpoint. There were some really well-performing teams that just did not go for the X checkpoints, but they nailed their non-X checkpoints. I'm sure they're going to look at those points and say, hey, we did really well on what maybe we should bump it up here.
Yeah. I think we're going to be seeing that too as people get more comfortable and settled in. So talking about all these stage winners, let's bring up the standings, the official standings of yesterday's stage 1 winner. We've got 4x4 first. And I think we have a good guess of who this is going to be. There you go. Stage 1 winners, 4x4, team 129, Nina Barlow and Terralyn Petteray. I can never say your last name.
I go Petteray. I don't know.
I'm going to have to ask her about that. I'm sorry,
and
Terralyn.
I still screwed up. I apologize. But we all know her. She's pretty famous in these parts, multi-time winner of the Rebelle. But both of them 5-year competitors, so they've each missed a year along the way, along the six seasons we've had.
Absolutely, and they've actually... This is the first year they're teaming up together.
It is their first year together, right? And Nina obviously runs a driving business, so she's really good in the driver's seat. But even such, they are doing some switching. Speaking, in the background, we see Team 152. Is it Cantoy Divas?
Nope, that's the Canada Toyota team.
Oh, right. What do these girls call themselves?
I'm going to have to look that up. But they are engineers from Toyota themselves.
Yes.
Here on behalf of Toyota, and they're in that Sequoia.
A senior manager and a senior engineer for Toyota, and they're in a Sequoia, but they're the top scoring rookie team right now, and it was really impressive. That puts them around what was it, 8th overall or so?
Yeah.
And they are another team that scored. They're one of the 4 teams that scored maximum points on the on-time enduro yesterday. So we're looking at the leaderboard. They are the team we're the most interested in learning a lot more about right now, and really tracking their progress here on day 2.
Absolutely. And so the fourth team that got those full points was the X-Cross team. Let's bring up those standings if we have them available. You've got stage 1 winners for the X-Cross, Cora Jokinen and Melissa Fisher. Did I say that right?
Close enough. Cora and Melissa have teamed up several times before and have obviously first time in X-Cross. They're usually in 4-wheel drive. And they're going to be a force to be reckoned with over an X-Cross.
Absolutely. They're here looking for the win for sure.
And they're also driving the same vehicle that won, maybe not the same vehicle, but a Bronco Sport. And a Bronco Sport is what won X-Cross last year with Shelby Hall and Penny Dale at the helm.
Absolutely. Yeah, so as we said before, this is going to be a big day for these Rebelles. It's the first time for new Rebelles this year that they are packing up camp, getting everything ready. They still have the same amount of time as they did yesterday to leave base camp, but you got to pack up all your stuff, get ready for the on-time enduro, and hit the road.
And hope you remembered everything as you're driving down the road. Did I grab my? I hope it's back there. I'll find out tonight.
Your car usually explodes on the inside at this point, and then you just kind of regroup as you go along for the day.
Well, I would love to tell our viewers about Stage 2. I've got a nice description to read here. Stage 2 is powered by Pirelli, as you may have noticed with our cool Pirelli hats. Also, we'll be bringing to you some coverage of the Pirelli Scorpion off-road tires that are on some of our competitor vehicles this week.
Yeah, before you get into that, so the team that's currently in second place, Emmy Hall and Rebecca Donaghy in the Rivian are running those Pirelli tires.
From Scorpions. Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Scorpion seems appropriate. Suddenly, we found a Scorpion here in camp yesterday, so it seems like a good name for a desert tire. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Here I go. Teams pack up and depart the starting line on a fun, on-time... Is fun. I like how you said this is
so fun.
This is not the way you want to start a day. It's a fun on-time enduro. Thanks, Emily. The enduro course starts with double track before turning north and then west to traverse through the mountains for multiple chicanes before dropping into the Big Smoky Valley at the northernmost gate of Area 51.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to see some aliens this morning, maybe on our way. Just kidding, kids. The teams then return to map and compass checkpoints as they have a long day to get to Base Camp 2. They will travel near Tonopah, Goldfield, and Gold Point, Nevada before hopping a final stretch of pavement to Big Dune. This is a long day, like we said. A few more notes. Nevada history is the name of the game. The area is famous in the world of off-road racing and features a variety of surfaces from smooth and fun to slow and rocky. More competition details. Obviously, we've got map and compass and an on-time enduro. The areas to the south of Tonopah to Goldfield offer multiple X checkpoint options. If they ditch the final X route, they're going to come see Rochelle and I in the famous International Car Forest of the Last Church.
I'm so excited. I've never been there. I think the Rebelle's gone there maybe a few times, and I haven't been here when they have. So I am really excited to go see that today.
It's a unique space,
awesome.
And hopefully we'll get a chance to climb around on some cars and goof off some. That's what we do here.
Awesome. Also, that Stage 2, since it is powered by Pirelli today, the winners of the Stage 2 today will actually win a set of those Pirelli tires.
That's great. And they don't have to be running them to get another set. It's just win the day, and then you get a set of tires.
Absolutely.
Awesome. That's pretty valuable if you've looked at purchasing tires lately.
Yeah, and I believe too there's also a competition, or sorry, not a competition, but a giveaway online for our listeners and followers of the Rebelle Rally. If they go to that homepage of the Rebelle Rally website, you can actually be entered to win a set of your own Pirelli tires.
Oh, wow. And based on the 6 people that are watching this right now, you probably want to go to rebellerally.com and sign yourself up to win those tires. Your odds are pretty good right now.
For now, they're going to, I believe this giveaway goes throughout the entire rally. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of chances to enter into that giveaway.
Okay, great. We'll give that another bump or two here along the way for sure. I know we've got a lot to do today. People are packing up, dragging things in the background that you can't see here, dragging things across the road behind us. There's tents coming down, so you think it might be time for us to get moving?
I think we're...
All right, we're gonna go over the schedule really quick before we shoot out of here.
All right, we'll working on that schedule for the on-course hit today, as well as the schedule for the rest of the lives for the week. Just as a reminder, you can follow us on all of those social channels, Rebelle Rally, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. YouTube, rebellerally.com/live.
And if you're just tuning in for the first time, if you search for us, you can find all the stuff up until now and catch right up. So from stage 2 finish line this evening, we'll come to you at 6 o'clock, not as late as it has been because we'll have service there at base camp number 2 to beam it up.
Yeah, we'll be live.
I don't know what time I don't know what kind of time we're gonna come to you from the International Car Forest, but we're gonna have a piece midday that should be a lot of fun and really creative as well.
Absolutely. Be sure you subscribe to YouTube or Facebook for those notifications. Matt and I will see you later. We gotta go pack
we're
up.
getting hassled here. I guess we just
We'll
gotta
see you
go.
guys later.
All right.
All right, welcome back, everyone. That was a very chilly morning. I am really enjoying the sunshine, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's funny. You were at base camp 1 for 2 days, and we finally got and figured out how it worked, and then it was time to just hurry out of there this morning, as evidenced by the video.
Absolutely, we found ourselves here at this crazy place with painted cars stuck nose down in the ground, buried up to their axles. It's a really cool place if you're ever in this area to come check it out.
It's a lot of fun. I've been before, and it's like the graffiti is evolving, and there's a new year painted on stuff and new kind of words and phrases and memes that are relevant now. It's funny the way this place evolves. You could probably make a book out of photographing this place yearly or something like that.
I bet you could. There you go. So the whole reason we're here is because there happens to be a senior rebels around here.
A black checkpoint.
Black checkpoint. So we're not telling you that. But,
no one's close.
Yeah. So we've been able to be here while a few teams are trickling in. Now teams had a choice today to go an X route or this route. And the bulk of them, if they had the time, headed back west, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And went south that way to the X route. But we've seen a few of them over here. One that we were surprised to see here.
Totally. I would totally expect to see them on the X route, and they come bouncing up in the scene here. And that was team 140, Becca and Emmy in the Rivian. And it sounded like at the second checkpoint this morning, they bottomed out the front of the truck kind of hard, and there's a suspension failure. In fact, actually, you could just watch the interview and get all the details.
Well, here at the International Car Forest, we've got Becca and Emmy have just shown up, and we didn't expect to see them. We thought we'd see Becca and Emmy over on the X checkpoints. Emmy, I know you just said some stuff. Yeah. I need you to say some stuff to me. Okay. It's a different audience. It's our live audience here.
Hi, live?
So you guys rolled in here looking like you were driving a lowrider. By the way, like you were in there with your 16 switches. Man,
Very bouncy right now.
I was expecting some like groovy music when you opened the door. Tell us a brief of what's going on.
So we were right after checkpoint 2, I think, and it was like a little 2-track, and there were some gotchas in there, and it got us. And we hit pretty hard, and basically blew out the shock. This is the line that was leaking. At first, we were up on this side and down on this side, and then eventually, like, it equaled out. But there's nothing left in either of the front shocks, so it's super bouncy. It sometimes is in limp mode, which is 52 kilometers per hour. Other times it just kind of randomly goes out of limp mode, which is 80. Well, then I can go the speed limit of 80 kilometers per hour. But the traction control is on, and I'm pretty sure it's in front wheel drive. So there was a hill once where like the traction control kept going and going and going, and we're up like this at 1 kilometer an hour, and I'm like, just come on, let's go, you know.
Were you talking to your Pirelli tires at that moment?
I was talking, dude, if we hadn't had those, I mean, because I could hear it, like the stability control would come on, and then it would grip, and then the control would come on, and then it would grip, and we just inched up that hill. So we're gonna have to make some different choices when we get to Big Noon today, because I'm not gonna make it in any soft stuff. Even when I air down, it's just not gonna happen.
We'll get Becca to get her running shoes on, eh? The Oldsmobile Hill flashback.
I can't do that to her. She'll make me do that, and rightly so, since I was driving when this happened. So you know, it's funny. You can drive along and you feel good, you feel comfortable with your speed, and then, I mean, they get you know. So, but I saw another Jeep that was out there with a real bad. They had a gotcha real bad, and they were both okay, but yeah, they were not going anywhere. We were at least still moving, which is nice. We're just moving at a really bouncy, slower rate.
We got that. We appreciate your generosity with your time here because we're sure you need to get back focused to make sure you're going to get where you're going for today.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, this just adds to our story about the Rebelle Rally being the ultimate proving ground here for a lot of new technology and vehicles out on the road. We're going to see what team comes zooming in here to the International Car Forest next. Okay, let's get you some footage here of the International Car Forest. We've got Adam over there zooming around in his drone, which he likes to do.
He does? Yeah.
Part of our live action team here on the field, getting you some footage.
What's the most bizarre car you see down there?
You want to say that limousine sitting on top of the bread truck. That one's a good one.
That was pretty good. That's where you found the little power wheel, right?
Yeah, in the back. It's a wide array of random things down there. Do you know where the drone? It looks like you're just filming dirt over there. Are you doing that on purpose?
How about that Windsor?
Oh, there's a Porsche over there. Oh, right, dirt. It's a competition vehicle. What's a Windsor?
I don't know.
You're asking me.
I was asking
Did
you.
I call something a Windsor?
No, did you see the... Losing it here. It's that afternoon sun. All right. So enough of the car forest. So today's competition, due to the fact that Day, it might be kind of a shake-up day because they were running on the heels of team number 1, Nina and Tara Lynn.
Mm-hmm. I know they were the most likely competitor to be able to get in there and challenge Nina and Tara Lynn right here as early on. But it's still early in the rally. Anything can happen. But when you're chasing and competing with a 2-time winner, you don't want to let them get far ahead at all.
No, you got to be on them the whole time. And then the other team that we were shocked, maybe not shocked is the right word, but surprised is that rookie team performing so well.
Totally.
And they're just right on their heels.
Both professionals at a high level of management with Toyota, with a lot of experience, been down to Baja, they live in Kentucky, and they didn't seem terribly worried about the competition. They were just kind of pleased that they did well yesterday.
Yeah, they didn't seem surprised. They're like, yeah, this is what we do. They just seemed very calm, very consistent. They were on a schedule. They knew their timing. They were already leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of teams.
Totally. It was harder to get them to talk to us than it is a lot of the pros that have been here a while. And usually rookies just want to chew your ear off.
Yeah. I'm really excited. You're going to want to watch that. It's Team 152 in the Sequoia. And they had a little body damage yesterday, but today looked like they were doing pretty good.
Yeah, great. Here on site, we've got the other Kia. It's Sabrina and Alyssa, Team 205. Got a nice shot of them. They're showing up here. They're pretty close to the black checkpoint.
Now, Sabrina won the X-Cross class the first year of the Rebelle Rally. And her and Alyssa last year came in second, correct?
In the Kia.
In the Kia.
Yeah, in a different Kia, yeah.
So this year, I know they're really looking for that win. They'll be a fun one to watch as well. They're kind of on the heels of, I believe, Melissa and Cora.
I think they're third or even fourth right now in X-Cross, and it's not a place they're used to being.
Yeah.
So they're often really fun, bubbly selves. Might be covered up a bit by some focus now as they're trying not to fall off the back of the X-Cross competition.
As they're dancing.
As they're dancing in the car. Look at them.
There's our team.
Yeah.
All right, that's more like it. I love it. They're fabulous.
Yeah.
And so X-Cross this year, we've seen there's 10 competitors this year.
And
I believe the first year there was 3.
Right. Yeah, it's grown each year.
Yep.
I mean, this is part of the testing ground, the proving ground that the Rebelle Rally is. We've 8 different vehicle manufacturers involved in those 10 teams competing. X-Cross is becoming a really interesting class to follow. Not that it ever wasn't, we've just got enough cars now and enough different teams to really pay attention. And you got Melissa and Cora, who came from the 4-wheel drive class in X-Cross now.
Yep. last year's winners, Shelby and Penny, are now in 4x4 class. They won the X-Cross last year in the Ford Bronco Sport. And this year, they are gunning for those top spots in the 4x4 class. They are doing extremely well as well.
So this morning we told you it was a long day for the competitors, and they started off with a difficult on-time enduro. Yesterday's on-time enduro saw 4 teams out of 52 get maximum points. Today will be interesting as they're still a bit sleepy and groggy driving out of camp this morning directly into a competition. It's a long day with a bunch of checkpoints, and there's a lot of points later on in the course. So teams that are lagging behind, spending too much time in the morning, might find they wish they had some of that time back this afternoon.
Absolutely. They're going to really wish they had time, especially for some of those checkpoints that are close to base camp, because they're going to be really close to that Big Dune area. They're usually pretty easy to go get if you have the time. That's the kicker. You have to manage your time well. So you're going to see the teams that get all of their points today really know how to manage their time. That means sometimes stopping for those black CPs. You might set a stopwatch for 5 minutes, and that's all the time you have to get that, and then you're moving on down the road. You do not have a lot of time in this day.
So speaking of Big Dune, that's where base camp number 2 is. That's where we're headed, and it's where we got to go unfold all of our kit and all of our stuff in our own personal live team rally to bring you this evening's broadcast.
Absolutely. So I think we should take the fun way back and maybe find some dirt roads and have a little rally of our own. A safe rally, mind you.
Yeah, slow, nice, progressive journey to Big Dune.
Yes.
You know, here's my bet. We get there and we start the show, and the wind is going to just, cue wind, is going to blow us out of our chairs again.
I'm going to be hoping for good vibes. I also want to remind you, so today's stage is powered by Pirelli. The winners of today's stage will be getting a set of tires as a prize. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
So keep an eye on that. On those standings, the Enduro time standings will come out later today. It's going to be a good run.
Yeah, find us on Instagram and share us with your friends. If you can spell Rebelle Rally, you can find us also on YouTube, on Facebook, and all of the matter. If you have a question we haven't covered, find a way to send it to us through social.
Absolutely. All right.
And who are you?
Last I checked, my name is Rochelle Croft. I am one of your co-hosts. This is the amazing Matthew Johnson, pro driver, all around good, nice guy.
And just having fun kind of guy, right? Well, thank you for joining us here, and we'll catch you again this afternoon.